Hello, my friends. Good to see you again. This is 7 English Bible School. Thanks for joining us. And once again, your presence means a lot to me. God bless you and keep you.
We continue to see support for Ukraine from some countries with recent traditions of staying out of international conflicts. In a rare move, Japan is sending bulletproof vests and other military supplies to Ukraine. The country is not sending weapons because of a self-imposed ban, but providing military equipment is a sign that the country is in line with its Western allies.
What a radical departure it is for Germany, who has been haunted by Nazism since 1945. Germany moving now aggressively to build their military. It's going to be larger. They're going to spend more money on their military than Russia does now.
Japan's constitution is a pacifist constitution. It's written into law that it doesn't get involved in the military because of what happened in World War II. I think you're right about younger generations. I mean, there's been a lot of criticism. Why didn't Germany do this earlier? Why didn't Germany expand its military budget earlier? In the 1960s and 70s, there were a lot of countries in Europe and around the world that would have been horrified at Germany expanding its military budget.
And
the last thing we wanted is
19
more of a military Germany. If this holds, this European robustness and unity that we've seen over the last week, we're moving from a bipolar world potentially to a tripolar world. I mean, the Europeans have spending power. As Stephen Hadley was saying, they have a military budget. This could actually change the makeup of the great power players.
Bulletproof. Japan is sending bulletproof vests to Ukraine. Japan is sending bulletproof vests to Ukraine. Radical. What a radical departure it is for Germany. What a radical departure it is for Germany. Aggressively. Germany is moving aggressively to build its military. Germany is moving aggressively to build its military. Robustness. If this holds this European robustness. If this holds this European robustness. Budget. They have a military budget. They have a military budget. Anti-aircraft. They provide anti-aircraft missiles. They provide anti-aircraft missiles. Conflict. They are exporting weapons to conflict zones. They are exporting weapons to conflict zones. Self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency is something that is needed in the future. Self-sufficiency is something that is needed in the future.
Meanwhile, Germany has announced that it's sending more weapons to Ukraine. A government source says Berlin has agreed to provide 2,700 anti-aircraft missiles. The weapons are Soviet-designed Strela missiles from the stocks of the former East German armed forces. Germany had already committed to delivering 1,000 anti-tank weapons and 500 surface-to-air missiles. Berlin recently reversed a long-standing policy of not exporting weapons to conflict zones. The German government recently set up a special budget of 100 billion euros to ramp up defense, to modernize the German army, the Bundeswehr.
Israel's now offered a new strategic dialogue. It so far only has with Britain and the US, and it shows that there's a new understanding of what strategic role Germany will have also in the future. And this also fits in with the signals we're getting from the French President Emmanuel Macron, who's now stressing self-sufficiency is something that's needed in the future. Look, these are words we've heard before, but they're now being backed up by money, and it looks like infrastructure and hardware in the very near future as well.
All right, that's it. This is what the media says. Probably there are pros and cons, but now let's check out some comments. Say to the Israelites, when anyone sins unintentionally and does what is forbidden in any of the Lord's commands, if the anointed priest sins, bringing guilt on the people, he must bring to the Lord a young bull without defect as a sin offering for the sin he has committed. He is to present the bull at the entrance to the tent of meeting before the Lord. He is to lay his hand on its head and slaughter it before the Lord. Then the anointed priest shall take some of the bull's blood and carry it into the tent of meeting. He is to dip his finger into the blood and sprinkle some of it 7 times before the Lord, in front of the curtain of the sanctuary. That is, all the rest of the bull he must take outside the camp to a place ceremonially clean, where the ashes are thrown, and burn it in a wood fire. If a person sins because he does not speak up when he hears a public charge to testify regarding something he has seen or learned about, he will be held responsible. Or if a person touches anything ceremonially unclean, whether the carcasses of unclean wild animals, or of unclean livestock, or of unclean creatures that move along the ground, even though he is unaware of it, he has become unclean and he is guilty. Or if touches human uncleanness, anything that would make him unclean, even though he is unaware of it, when he learns of it, he will be guilty. Or if a person thoughtlessly takes an oath to do anything, whether good or evil, in any matter one might carelessly swear about, even though he is unaware of it, in any case, when he learns of it, he will be guilty. When anyone is guilty in any of these ways, he must confess in what way he has sinned, and as a penalty for the sin he has committed, he must bring to the Lord a female lamb or a goat from the flock as a sin offering, and the priest shall make atonement for him for his sin. The Lord said to Moses, if anyone sins and is unfaithful to the Lord by deceiving his neighbor about something entrusted to him, or left in his care, or stolen, if he cheats him, or if he found lost property and lies about it, or if he swears falsely, or if he commits any such sin that people may do when he does sins and becomes guilty, he must return what he has stolen or taken by extortion, or what was entrusted to him, or the lost property he found, or whatever it was he swore falsely about. He must make restitution in full, and a fifth of the value to it, and give it all to the owner on the day he presents his guilt offering. And as a penalty, he must bring to the priest, that is to the Lord, his guilt offering, a ram from the flock, one without defect, or of the proper value. In this way, the priest shall make atonement for him before the Lord, and he will be forgiven for any of these things he did that made him guilty. If you are more interested in more information, please leave a comment, and I will check out and respond. Once again, thanks for watching. Peace be with you.